Hello and welcome to another Summermaxxing in Seattle series. In last week's episode, we got invited to a content creator event, a influencer soiree here in Seattle, and I'm super excited. It is at the rooftop of Fogo de Chao in downtown Seattle, and there are going to be some pretty successful content creators who are going to come and basically give us like tips and tricks and advice on how to become a better content creator and how to leverage our skills and things like that. But super excited. The dress code is cream, pink, lavender, peach, and like brownish. So this is my fit. Super cute. And if you do not know, I'm doing a Summermaxxing in Seattle series where this summer we are just gonna have a blast. We're gonna find all the fun things to do. We are saying yes to every opportunity and we're just gonna have a great time. So that's what this series is all about. Yeah, so I'm gonna take you guys with me over to Fogo de Chao. It's right over there, that's why I'm pointing over there. Over to Fogo de Chao, and let's go see what this event is all about. And everyone's here for the event. So it's definitely a vibe here. I'm gonna show you guys. Hello.
I love your colors.
Thank you. Okay.
You're probably not going to pop off. And that kind of leads into like, there's skill, there's luck, there's everything, but it's not one size fits all.
I think the biggest misconception that I want to dispel is that in order to build a successful business, you need to go viral. I think, if anything, it's the opposite. Virality can be a curse in today's day and age when everyone wants to go viral. The gold standard for any creator business is to have a core niche audience that really jives with what you're doing, that something that is you're super passionate about. And so I wish there was this quality of views metric that we unfortunately don't have, but that is the biggest misconception of what it takes to become a successful creator.
That was so cool. Like that was a really great time. I'm so grateful that I got invited. And I got invited because I am saying yes to everything. Oh. Yes, because we're saying yes this summer. Like I just feel so good. That event was so cool. Shout out to all of the content creators that were there. Shout out to the whole entire panel. Man, shout out to... Okay. Every time I think like, Seattle's not too bad. Something crazy happens every time, every single time. But anyway, so like I was saying, shout out to Twama who invited me. Super amazing woman. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. And it's so interesting how opportunities just open up once you say yes, once you start saying yes to things. And once you stop limiting yourself, because again, limits do not exist. You just impose them on yourself. So once we stop doing that, the world becomes your oyster and you get to experience really freaking awesome, cool things. And you get to meet really great, amazing people. And I just can't believe, like, I'm only in week 2, episode 2 of Summermaxxing in Seattle. And I already feel so like incredibly inspired, happy, enriched. I feel like, wow, this is what's been happening in Seattle the whole time, because I've just been so anti going out and meeting people and networking because, I don't know, I was just in my own head, I was in my own way, and I'm like, I'm not interested. But it's been incredible. And again, this is only episode 2, and none of this is planned. Like, I find out about things or plan for things like that same week. So literally yesterday, or maybe like 2 days ago, I got invited to this influencer soiree, and yeah, who knows what the rest of this is gonna look like, but I'm so glad that I made the commitment to do this vlog series this summer, and I'm just so excited for what we have in store. So on that note, I will be heading home now, and I will check in with you guys later. Hello, it's been a couple days, but today is Saturday, July the 11th, and we are headed to the Fog Room, which is supposed to be a really popular rooftop cocktail lounge here in Seattle. So I have this little brown situation going on here, which I think is super duper cute. But we are gonna head up there now, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. It's supposed to have some really nice views, so hopefully we'll check it out. Hello, so it's a couple days later. Today's July 14th, and right now we are trying to figure out how to get inside this building because we are heading to the Seattle Creates Tech meetup. Oh, there it is, for creatives and people that are in tech. So this is the venue. Artificial intelligence, virtual reality. They're supposed to have like a segment of someone talking about AI. I'm here as a creative, so I'm trying to learn more about tech and maybe like network with people that are maybe in tech, but I'm more, I don't know, hopefully I find other creatives here because I don't know a lick about tech.
First time here? So I don't know, do I just like go and approach somewhere, or is this like people doing this often and they like have their own groups?
That's a great question. I'm trying to observe everything as well.
Yeah.
I'm more on the like creative side. I'm not like really on the tech side of things. Are you more like tech?
So we started a mobile application. So I guess you can say tech, but we're more in like health and wellness.
Oh, cool.
So
We are here with Emil.
Emil, yeah.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name is Emil. I lived in Seattle for now 32 years.
Wow. Where are you from originally?
Originally from Azerbaijan, Baku. I don't know if you know where that is.
I know where it is.
Oh, beautiful. So they have Formula One now. That's been really one of the most beautiful tracks. And yeah, we immigrated here in '94. So I graduated high school, went to University of Washington,
Nice.
had a chance to have a great career, worked in big tech. Seattle is very famous for Microsoft and Amazon and all the other wonderful companies. So I had a chance to do that. And recently founded a company called UNTILL.
UNTILL?
UNTILL. It's
Like UNTIL?
with 2 L's.
Okay.
And it encourages people to be off their phones and to socialize and gamify it and earn rewards in the process.
So it's an app on your phone,
Yeah.
but it encourages you to be off your phone?
Yes. So
How does
we
that
are
work?
starting with the mobile application. because that's where people are. So we're meeting people where they are. So the vision for the business is far beyond that. But essentially, you know, we have people, or on average, people reach for their phones about every 3 minutes. It just becomes compulsive, habitual. And it's not always because they're looking at social media. It's not always, you know, it's just other things that pull them. So it can be Outlook was my biggest one because work was always pulling me. And so it became a way to just say, well, I'm productive. So I kind of justified it in my head that I'm being productive. And ultimately, my kids will look at me and be like, well, you're doing it. This is important to us.
Right.
So there was a need to kind of, how do I model this behavior and how can I really stick to it? And so we embarked on this journey to build UNTILL.
Tell me a little bit about how the app works. Is it already out on the App Store?
It's out in the iOS App Store.
Okay.
So we have launched it in the iOS App Store this February. I have this little flyer. It's a way to socialize that you're off your phone. So currently, for example, I have launched my sync. So I'm not using my phone, but my app is running. And Jason has joined me. So he knows that I'm off my phone. And he's off his phone with me. So essentially now, we're earning points together. So he's earning, so he's close to completing his 15 minutes, and so am I. It does not prevent me from taking pictures. In fact, I took an image earlier, and so if you click on this, you can see the image that I took. And so this is a way to capture and share your moments while being off screen.
And you're sharing that with your feed or your subscribers?
With the people that join. So,
people that join
for
you.
example, if Taylor Swift was to have a concert and she wanted to encourage people to be off their phone, but therefore also capture the moment and share it,
yeah,
she would be able to see it, and also she would be able to incentivize and reward her fans for being in the app off their phone. So
wow.
in this case, if I had a bigger audience, I could go on social media feed and say, hey, I'm going to be off my phone. Anybody that joins me, I'm doing a giveaway. And, you know, I'll pick a person at random. Or everybody who joins me for 15 minutes, we're just going to take a mental health break. I'm going to give you this reward. And whatever that reward or incentive is, that organization can incentivize their players.
That's really, really cool. I like that a lot, actually. So if you are on the host side of things, do you have to go through a different sign-up process?
So no, at this point, it's free for everybody. Anybody can join and play. And so right here is where you would see the different types of things that are happening. So there are two active, what we call syncs. And this is where multiple people are unscreening together. They're being off their phone together. And so this is a way to socialize that, hey, I'm off my phone, and somebody can get a notification like, oh, Emil's off their phone. I want to join them. I want to be off my phone. So in these cards here, you can see who is there with you. So in this one, if I was by myself, but let's say if I was to go, you would be able to see their images if they posted it, but this will be your ledger. So this is a way to see what did I do when I unscreened. And you can see that you were doing fitness, or if you were dining, or if you were, spending time with family, etc. So you would have a way to kind of look at the time that you spend your phone. The funnest thing is that this is how much time I have reclaimed, and then this is how much time I have posted. So for an organization, you can say, we'll launch this campaign for this new shoe or this new drink or this new campaign, and we have influenced 18 hours off screen, or we influenced 100 days off screen. And it can be a badge of honor to say, we are contributing to mental health awareness. Our campaigns don't pull you into the phone.
Yeah.
It in fact forces you, or in fact encourages you to stay off your phone and to connect doing this. Connecting with new people, learning.
That is awesome. I really, really like that. So how could people find the app? It's in the iOS App Store, you said?
It's in the iOS App Store. We hope to be in Android within 6 months. Until that app.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. That's really awesome. last thing for you, and then we'll connect. What's one piece of advice you want to give to everyone out there watching?
Time is such an interesting thing. It's kind of like air. We think we have a lot of it until we don't. And so, even though technology is wonderful and it helps out with a lot of things, it also sucks up a lot of our time. And so, being a little bit more intentional with our time and just maybe focusing on certain things that we really want to ensure to pass on to our friends and family and others, without having this thing constantly pull our attention away. It's noticeable, and it becomes a completely different experience when somebody is just like, "How are you doing?"
Right.
And looks you in the eye and doesn't have something tugging away.
Right, exactly. Well, thank you so much. This isn't sponsored yet. No, this isn't sponsored, but I will have the information for UNTILL in the description below. I think it's a really great concept and a really great idea. And if you want to try out the app, you can. It'll be a link that I can put in the description.
Yes, www.untill.app.
Alrighty. Well, thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
So we are here with Yolanda, the founder of Revere XR, and I am so honored to be able to sit down and have a quick chat with her. Thank you for this moment. I wanted to ask you a couple questions. So what inspired you to create this in the first place?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm born and raised in Seattle, and grew up in different, places and went to school in different places, and you get really connected to history and communities, right? And I grew up and lived abroad and worked in corporate for quite some time. And I think everybody at some point is like, what am I doing? And what do I want to do? And what would I enjoy other than just 80-hour weeks?
Right.
Hustling, right?
100%.
Where you're undervalued and just someone that can generally be replaced.
Yep, a number.
Yeah, a number.
Exactly.
Yeah. Easily dismissible.
Right.
So, anyways, the woes of corporate are a different story. But I went into working for a publishing firm for a short period of time, and I got to work on distribution and help authors manage distribution.
Wow.
Which is really like, how do you get your books into wholesale environments, right? So it led me to have to start pitching books to buyers, and I got kind of good at it. And I really loved getting to the core of author's story, not what they think people need to hear, but the core of why you did it, what it's for, and that made me just fall in love with storytelling again. And it made me remember when I was younger that I used to stay up just to listen to my grandparents' stories all the time about Seattle and live music. And so I said, well, how can I be a part of the future of storytelling? What does that look like? And I applied to a couple of different grad school programs, and it brought me right back to my hometown.
Wow.
So imagine me and my kids getting off of a plane, renting a car, and me driving them to the historic neighborhood. Except nothing that was there was there anymore. It was all disappeared, and I wanted to go into grad school with the concept of how can I preserve history that's been erased.
Wow, that's incredible. I kind of share a bit of similarity there because I'm a Seattle native. I'm originally from here, but I moved away for about 10 years and I just came back.
Yeah.
And there's no Key Arena. I'm like, we're safe for build. The gentrification is insane. All right, so have a little bit of similarity there. Came back. Seattle's not Seattle. I don't know what it is, but...
And I didn't really know what I was going to do. I just said, I'm going to grad school and I'm going to create something. And people were sort of like, get over it. And that's not who I am. I'm a solution-based person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if I was listening to my grandparents' history and it meant that much to me, then what could it mean to future generations? Like, kids need to know what happened in this city and how many legacies came from this city so that they have footprints to follow. And footprints is like an important sort of pillar for us. I call them immersive footprints because we know about following the footprints of our ancestors. Well, we can make that immersive.
No, that's what really, I was so struck by that, because as we are evolving in tech, there are a lot of things that come, especially with AI, with certain policies and procedures in the way that AI is being built, that we aren't being represented in that space.
So we have to take
and so the fact, the fact that you've built this application where we're able to hear stories from our ancestors and from our community, we would not get that experience anywhere else, especially with gentrification going on, because the goal of that is to wipe that all away.
Have another couple years or generations of that history being available, but when we're gone, who's going to be able to tell those stories?
Right.
So it's like we're also the generation that can do this now.
Right.
We're connected and we're the bridge.
We are.
So let's preserve it for future generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So my channel, my audience, I am all about inspiring women to go out and do things that make them uncomfortable, but push themselves beyond their self-imposed limitations.
Just summed up my life. I'm doing things that are uncomfortable. And I keep pushing myself.
I think you have to. And for me, I came to this bit earlier in the vlog. You guys will see that, but I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know what I'm doing here at a tech event, but it said artists come.
Before I got on that stage.
No, you did wonderful.
Thank you.
You did wonderful.
It's hard to be us in environments where not many people look like us. And
of course, that's like the first thing that I'm like, okay, are we here? Are we here? No? Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be, actually, if you don't mind, walk me a little through your journey from the point of conception. I came back to Seattle, nothing's like this. I want to create something where we can pass along our stories to being where you're at now, and kind of talking a little bit about the struggles that you face, how you overcame them.
So many. I mean, I'm a brown girl in tech. We get 0.3%, not 1%, 0.3% of support.
Right.
So I know I'm walking into a game that's rigged and not made for me.
How do you mentally prepare going into those situations?
Honestly, I try to stay in alignment with the purpose of the vision. And it's about how many of our ancestors walked through uncomfortable situations where they weren't valued or welcomed. And if they did that, who am I to complain about it when it's easier for me than it was for them?
Yeah.
And
that's
I just have this long-term vision where I'm going to do whatever it takes within my values.
100%.
In this industry, you have to say that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I went through each class in grad school determining, like, how does this prepare me? What can I get out of this class? How can it support what I'm trying to build? And of course, build relationships with the professors to dive in deeper. Like, this is what I'm trying to build. Talk to me about what I can take from this class that can help me. And not afraid to ask for help. Gone are the days where we think we need to do everything by ourselves to prove some point about our value. We can go pretty far alone, but we can go much further together. And finding team members like the ones I have who are invested in my vision and in it for the long run, and every class, every professor, and then finding, like, I think I did a lot of focused design groups in Seattle and got great media, and the news covered some of it. You can see on GeekWire and King 5, they covered all my early days. But it wasn't easy to be an entrepreneur in Seattle because all you hear is no.
Yeah.
No, not you, not the right time, not the right fit.
So what kept you going after you kept hearing no? What kept you grounded in your mission and then kept going? You left Washington.
I did. I got my
So you had this vision while you were in university, which was not here in Washington, right?
Yeah, it was right. No, it was here in Washington. I went to UW.
Oh, okay. So you had the vision.
I came back for a master's program at UW.
Then you left with that vision.
After I graduated, I left and I went to Atlanta for an internship in VR.
Oh, wow.
And I stayed. It was a woman leader who built a VR company, and I did a lot of research on her and was just like, this is the kind of mentor and support that I need. Her name was Annie Eaton in Atlanta. She runs Futurist. And I just started building in the entrepreneur circle. And instead of hearing no, it was yes, what can we do to support you? Yes, we love what you're building. And Atlanta was the greatest support for my business and my own mental sanity and confidence in what I needed to grow and learn.
Yeah.
Because once you embark on entrepreneurship, there is a long pathway of learning and growing. And if people are already telling me no, that means they're not invested in my learning and growing. Atlanta said yes, and I joined so many accelerators just to learn everything I didn't know. Camelback Ventures, Stella, so many of them, Urban Impact, and then I got the chance to speak at Meta headquarters.
Wow.
Oculus at the time, to share what I was building. I met developers there who were like, we're in. What's crazy is people don't realize 90% of the people that reach out to me are developers saying, this is why I went into tech. This is what I want to build.
Interesting.
And I'm so bored in my job. I want to work for you. Are you funded? Can you hire me? So what's interesting is some of the most talented and creative people in tech want to work with us because they literally say, this is why I went into tech.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting to build anything like this.
Right.
But I shared with Oculus what I was building, and they said, do you want to join Oculus Launchpad? And I applied, and I got in, and then it was a really overwhelming moment where you're like, there are 1,200 people in this competition. It's a lot. And I had to remove all of that fog and just focus on what you're building. And I had to build a team. Some people came in with angel investors and already built teams. I had to build my own team, and I didn't have any background in tech.
So how did you go about doing that?
Oh, man. I started reaching back out to the people that were asking me to work with me. And it took 2 rounds to find the right team. And we've been together for years.
Wow.
And we built everything. So our experience was something that obviously the leadership and developers of Meta felt like was the new coming of what we needed in this industry. So we won. And that was really exciting, and it still is. And that just gave us momentum to keep going. So now we've got PR, now we've got King 5, we've got GeekWire. Oh my God, we just won Oculus Launchpad. I got the opportunity to teach entrepreneurship here in Seattle. I feel really passionate about bringing what's not here. And that is accessible education and training and a playbook that can take people who simply have an idea and want to make it to reality, bring it to reality. And so I do some support for entrepreneurs here. I teach accelerators, I teach sessions, I bring
So how would the entrepreneurs here in our community get connected with you and take those accelerators? Because I'm personally interested for myself as well.
Yes, Yolanda A. Barton on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yolanda at Revere XR. And, it's really about making information accessible and making people feel like they belong. And that's what's missing.
Are the accelerators online or?
They're virtual.
Okay. So anyone from anywhere, because I have a global audience, so anybody from anywhere
anyone
could.
From anywhere can be a part of it. We just graduated another round of entrepreneurs, and I put on a pitch competition at the end so that people can raise funding for their business.
Are there any requirements or qualifications that you need to have to get accepted into the accelerator? Is there a limited capacity?
No, because that's how they screen us out. You have to be committed. You have to be, even if you just have an idea, or even if you built something and you're like, I just don't know what to do. haven't done strategy. I haven't really, learned different ways to focus on my business model or my go-to-market strategy. That's okay, as long as you come once a week. And we've got a lot of mentors to help you build that.
And your website to find that is on your LinkedIn?
Yeah, well, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. We're putting up a website. I've done 2 years of 2 rounds of this. And it's something I do in addition to Revere XR because I want entrepreneurs to feel the support and not feel what I felt in this city.
Yeah.
And that is alone and isolated. And entrepreneurship is not meant to be done alone. It's so hard. And you want to build community around what you do, right? And you want people to follow. And one version of that is subscribing, but the other is just like uplifting you and saying, we love what you're giving our city.
Yeah.
We love what you're doing. And, you know, if you never leave your office or the room that you're using as an office or whatever that you're living, it can start to feel really draining.
Yeah.
And you'll forget purpose. So,
Well, I do appreciate your time, and I know you want to connect with other people. One thing for our audience, what would you like to tell them, to give them advice and to encourage them to keep going in anything that they're trying to accomplish?
I would say to the entrepreneurs, so many of us count ourselves out. We have a great idea and we'll sit on it for years and never get the chance to say, I want to go for it. And then when you do, you're like, what do? I don't know what to do. What's the path? Well, there's so much gatekeeping, and I have no problem sharing my playbook with you or anybody else, because what you're meant to do with it, you will do. And what I'm meant to do with mine, I am doing and will continue to do.
I love that.
So your success doesn't hinge on mine.
100%.
That means we both get to enjoy the meal of success, right?
Yes.
And that's what we need in Seattle, is people willing to uplift others, mentor others, share the playbook, and help people see that vision through. I still need that, but I've gone far enough that I can help others start.
Yolanda, thank you so much for taking a moment to chat with me. It's an honor to meet you.
So great.
Thank you so much.
Make sure I get your info.
Yes, I will give it to you right now. That was incredible. You guys know, at the beginning of this vlog, I was so nervous to come here. I felt so out of place. I felt like, what am I doing here? But this was an absolutely incredible experience. I'm so honored to be able to have the opportunity to sit down with Miss Yolanda and just have a quick chat. Her advice, her information that she gave out, that was absolutely incredible. I'm going to link her information down in the description. If you are a woman here in Seattle, woman of color, if you are an entrepreneur, if you want to get connected with her, please do. I know I am absolutely going to reach out to her, and definitely good connection to have. And this is what this series is all about, pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. And I am showing you guys just how the world just opens up when you fix your mind to say, hey, you know what? I want more out of life. I want to go above and beyond, and I want to experience like all that there is for me to experience. And you have to do it uncomfortable. You have to do it when you feel awkward and out of place, because those moments are key. That's where the magic really happens. And it just, you guys are witnessing this in real time with me. Like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm so incredibly inspired, and this has not been easy. It takes a lot of courage to go and get out of your comfort zone, but so far it has been worth it. And I just want to encourage all of you out there that are watching this vlog and watching me do things for the sake of just wanting to experience more and wanting to give myself an opportunity to just, stop limiting myself. And this is what happens when you do that. You get to meet incredible people, you get to connect, you get to network, you get to... Remember at the beginning, before I got there, I said I had a goal of meeting 3 people, and we did that. We did that, you guys. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself. That was absolutely incredible. I hope you all are inspired. I know my camera's on 3%, but I hope you all are inspired to go and just do things. Just start doing stuff. You never know what's going to happen. You honestly don't. You never know who you're going to meet or what moment is going to have a life-changing impact. And you aren't going to have those moments if you stay scared and if you don't try and you don't put yourself out there. So yeah. All right, for real. I will check in with you guys later.